Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back in to the Direct Selling Accelerator podcast. Now, today we are doing a part 2 of an interview with the amazing Beverley Unitt from BU Success Coaching. And I'm really, really honored to have her here today because I know loads of you have been asking, hey, can we hear a little bit more about what Bev's got to say about one of her areas of expertise, not the only one, but an area that I think everyone's very fascinated by, which is neuro-linguistic programming. So welcome on in, Bev. Welcome back.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you for inviting me back. Lovely to have another chat today.
Such a pleasure. Well, I'm really excited about what we're talking about today because we just had a little bit of a brief on the conversation and where it's going to go and how we're going to do this today. And something that I mentioned to you is that a lot of the conversations I'm having with people at this time where we're at sort of in, with what's going on in Australia at the moment, Victoria going back into lockdown and the world is still not recovering at this point. There's a lot of a very negative air, very down air going on out there at the moment. And a lot of people are sort of having that conversation with me that is much more around the emotions that they're feeling in their business at the moment. And I'm also seeing a lot of people feeling quite deterred. They're not feeling motivated to sort of jump forth and, be inspired to not just grow themselves, but their teams. And so I thought this might be a really great opportunity for us to have a little bit of a chat around that because it's certainly an area that you do specialise in.
I agree, Sam. Look, with great respect and care, we've actually just got to look at it like this. We cannot control the environment. We cannot control government decisions. We cannot control what's happening, in the world, but we can control how we manage ourselves. So when we manage ourselves, that's a characteristic such as resilience that we need to really build on. So I want to put resilience on the table today, which will be great. And, with great care and respect, some people are just experiencing tragedy. Some people are experiencing frustration and the emotions building up. And it's like, other members of the family are saying this. And so when you're trying to keep yourself positive in your business, to get things done and to feel that you can actually make connections with people and have that true energy and speak from your heart and be okay and having an authentic connection, when you're bombarded with so much stuff, it starts to weigh really heavy. That's kind of what you're saying that people are feeling, would you say, Sam?
I'm just noticing that in those conversations. It's not necessarily anything that anyone's saying, but there does seem to be just a heaviness to a lot of people at the moment. And this is a time that we just we couldn't have predicted, and we don't know how to do anything about it because no one's been here before. So I think, we're in a very unique industry in that we've all still essentially got jobs if we're working in direct selling, network marketing, party plan, which is such a blessing because so many people at the moment don't. But it all does come back to us and how we're feeling in order to keep those businesses operating. So,
right. So I have a group of leaders from a variety of different direct sales companies that I mentor, and they work with me for 12 months. And I can tell you those leaders are smashing goals right now. Wow. So there's a difference between what's happening for you and what's happening for others. It's how you're equipped to be able to manage yourself. And also, if you happen to be a leader, how you're equipped to be able to teach people past their little stories that they tell themselves and the things that, stop people in their tracks. Yep. So let's just take a look. Can I just draw something? Would that be okay?
You can. Go for it. Let's use
this is my little corner where I do Zooms for my clients. So I'm here anyway. So I might as well just pick up the texter and draw something.
Go for it. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, thank you. So folks,
a hangman will start up there behind you.
What's that?
We'll start a game of hangman in the.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. All right. So just to have you thinking for all of Sam's followers here, just think about this. I want to have a consistent, great business. I want to have a regular income, or I want to have happy customers, or I want to have something. Now, what happens is people say, when I have more customers, or when I have more courage, or when I have more confidence, then I'll be able to do X, Y, Z. But the have's not going to happen without two things first. It's this. It's what are you going to do, but it's also who you're going to be.
Yep, love it.
So you do are your skills, right? So there's some core skills that you really want to master, some really good skills that you really want to master, which is a conversation for another day, when you really want to drill down and get good at these skills. Social media being one of them, as you're doing with Sam. But apart from social media, there's some core skills in your business, like how do you sell? How do you book? How do you do that customer care? How do you have the discipline of being open for business? Like there's things like that that you really need to be great at. And that's what I teach here. But I also teach this because here's the thing. Your be is who you believe you are. It's your identity about yourself. It's your beliefs about yourself. It's you being the best you can and behaving in such a way that you can have the thing you want. Now, here's the thing. You can have all the skills in the world. Your thinking, your mindset, your what goes on up here will either underpin you to do the skills so that you can have the level of business you want, or your thinking will pull you back so you don't do the things and so you'll never have. So it's like a little carriage on a train where it goes shunts and then it shunts. So it pushes and it pushes. Your thinking will either detract or propel. So I want to give you a little tip today, and I want to make it about resilience, because we have resources in us, and you're surrounded by resources. You ask Sam for, social media support and, how do I do this? How do I do that? And you come to people like me when you want to look after this and look after the specific skills and stuff. So we're surrounded by resources, but I want to put something on the table and show you the quality of resilience you have in you already that perhaps your followers haven't even recognized for themselves. Because this is where you tap in and go, well, actually, I cannot control that, and that, but I can control how I manage myself. I want to give you... Okay. Will it be okay to ask you a question, Sam?
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
All righty. Thank you. So can you tell me something about you that I don't know that you're really good at? Something, nothing to do with social media, but something in your world that you're really good at.
Okay. I am good at water skiing.
Oh, wow. Fabulous. Okay. All right. So to be able to be good at water skiing, what qualities are needed to be a good water skier?
I would say balance.
It's okay. Yeah. Okay. What else?
What else? Well, you kind of need to be good at swimming. You do need to have the ability to swim.
Right. So to learn to swim in the first place, you must have had some discipline to learn that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So discipline. And how did you learn to swim and how did you learn to ski? Was there some instructions that you followed?
Yep. So I would also say that learning to water ski takes a little bit of commitment to getting up. So what do you want to call that? Is that resilience? Because you need to, you fall a lot before you start getting it right. And if you stop the first time you fall, then you never learn.
So you've got commitment, you get back, you've got to get back up, because that's the only way to learn, to fall and get up. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But also to actually learn how to do it. Did somebody teach you or did you just know?
No, I definitely had to get taught.
Okay. So you can follow instructions.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it depends who you ask.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
gotcha.
We'll talk about that later.
That's another story. Okay. All right. And what else? What other qualities do you have to be really good at water skiing?
Oh, you've got to practice. So you have to be willing to practice. You certainly,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What about determination? There must be some little nugget of determination.
I think that's the word I was looking for when it was the falling down and getting back up thing. You've got to be determined.
What about courage? You must have courage.
Absolutely. Yeah, courage is a really big one. It's a scary thing to learn the first few times. You're getting behind a boat. Usually you're by yourself. So with a lot of things you learn with someone right there with you, but with water skiing, it's not quite the same. You've got to do it on your own. And you don't really know what's going to happen when you get up. And you also know that if you fall, you don't know what could happen. You could end up with water up your nose or hurt yourself. Who knows? So
Something can swim past your leg and your brain can go somewhere thinking, oh, that was just a
We're
piece
not
of
selling
seaweed.
this right now, Bev. A lot of people out there going, I don't think I water ski.
I don't want to ski. But here's the thing. So for those of you who are listening to this and following Sam, so I've just asked Sam something she does really well, and you can do this exercise for yourself, something you do really well outside of your business, right? Outside of your home, direct sales, home-based business. And just start to jot down some qualities that you have to do it. Because what comes out is this. Sam's capable, just through doing water skiing, which I didn't know she did, following instruction, she's capable of having balance, and you can take balance as being balance in your life too. Discipline, commitment, can get back up again when she falls down in life. She can rehearse things until she gets them into a space where she feels really good at them and they're just like part of her second nature. Move from apprentice to the next stage where you can't become a master at anything until you get out of apprentice stage. What does that take? It takes rehearsal at whatever you're doing. Then there's determination and there's courage. Sam, these are qualities that are in you at any time. So whenever we feel flat, for those of you listening at home, get yourself a little list of qualities that you recognise you've got in you as a result of noticing something you do well. And you've all got something you do well. Because these qualities then become the energy boost for your resilience. Because when you're feeling flat and down, the focus is generally on what's wrong. So in order to have the thinking so you can do the stuff that you're supposed to do well so that you can have the business you want, this is where you want to take care of it. So your great qualities allow you to have, because they're going to drive your thinking. So Sam, let's say, for example, we'll make this up. Let's say you're having a flat kind of like, oh my gosh, all sorts of things day, as in like one of your followers might be.
Yep.
And then you go, all right, hang on a second. Thank you. I've finished with you. I notice I, Sam, am capable of following instructions. I'm capable of creating balance in my life. I'm capable of discipline. I have commitment. I can get up and get going again. I can rehearse and get better at things. I've got determination. I've got courage. That's what I'm going to tap in and use today. And in the next half hour, I'm going to set my phone dinger, my phone timer, and I'm going to get X done in that time. Now, here's the thing, folks. When our self-worth takes a battering, we've got to quieten it down. And the fastest way to build your self-esteem is to complete a task. So I recommend to you, build your qualities list, take that list as your little reminder, put it up somewhere, keep it in your purse, write it on your purse, on a card in your purse if you like. If you're out and about, or not necessarily everyone can be at the moment with great care and respect, but if you're in a space where you're feeling a little bit, weighted down, yep, grab out and just go, no, a reminder of myself. I am this. I'm so much more than I'm giving myself credit for. I have great qualities, great characteristics, and I'm going to take those and do X today. Yep. And achieve something for yourself. And I think that's a nice, simple resilience message. We have the capabilities. You do all this, Sam, that's resilience. And anyone else who's listening, you find your list. That's resilience. You're capable of doing great things, folks. It's what's up here that will stop you from doing it or not.
Love it.
Can I add one more thing, Sam?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I just want to say to everyone who has a direct sales business, COVID-19, coronavirus, has actually legitimised working from home. Nothing has meaning except the meaning we give it. So have a look at all the people who've started to go, I love working from home, I'm able to work from home now, etc. And there's been balances and changes in life. So it's legitimised your business. You've already got a head start because you have a product you love. You have some training that you've learned from your company. And if you're not having the results you want, it's this and it's this we need to work on. So get in touch and let's have a chat. Yes, part of this is your social media, but guess what? Sam can teach you all the social media in the world and you still won't do it if this doesn't drive it.
So true. I love that.
Yeah. So folks, COVID-19 has legitimised home-based business. There was a survey done very recently in Australia, and it was about talking to all the people who don't normally work from home. So it didn't interview any direct sales people. It interviewed people who had gone to a workspace and working from home. And the results came out that they loved it. They loved the flexibility. They loved the balance that they could create. They didn't mind putting different hours in, like when the kids go to bed, go and do another hour on the computer. But there was something they missed. And they missed teamwork, and they also missed the communication because their systems weren't set up for communication. So I'm saying to you folks, you have a great business, you have a team around you, and the team can be Sam and I as well. Like, we're part of the support crew. We're part of your team for your success. But here's the thing. You've got to say to yourself, I have some great qualities. I will do what I need to do today, even if it's just 30 minutes. Fastest way to self-esteem is to building self-esteem is to complete a task. So if you've got a task that's driving you nuts, such as cleaning out a bathroom drawer or cleaning a linen closet up and tidying it because the towels and the sheets are all over the place.
Story
of
my
mind reading it. Then set your little phone timer, your bell for 30 minutes. Give yourself 30 minutes and get a shelf done, and you will feel much better about yourself.
Love that.
Then go and do a business task.
Yep.
30 minutes, that's all you need, a block of 30 minutes. And if you're not sure what to do, then we need to have a chat, because we need to teach you some more things. But I want you to walk away today with recognizing that you each do something really well. In order to do that, take a look at the characteristics and the qualities that are already in you. Use those to be the propellant so that you can get going, so you can have the very thing you want.
Awesome.
And I promise you, COVID-19 has legitimised home-based business. There is success out there.
Such a good point, Bev, because I think we probably haven't looked at the big picture. Some of us have, but it'd be really nice for us to stop for a little minute and go, hang on a second. This is actually really exciting in so many ways, because suddenly, we are, 10 steps ahead in this industry, because, you've already got everything set up, ready for you. It's been created for you. You've got teams, you've got companies ready to support you with everything you need. You've got us. And the other thing I just want to say on that too is that's a great little exercise you mentioned, Bev, and as you were talking through it, the thing that came up for me was that I really feel this is a great exercise as well to do with your teams. If you're going to have a little team meeting or a get together, or you've got 2 or 3 people you could get together in your business with, and have a little Zoom call and do this exercise. Find out something about them that they're good at that you don't know about. It not only helps you build a relationship with them, but it also helps you each stop and think about, what are the characteristics, what are the traits that I have that make me, good at life, that make me who I am. And these are kind of I am statements really that you've just created here. And I like your idea of keeping them written down. I've actually got mine written on a Word document that I adjust every day. I go in and I read it and I add to it. And I've managed to build up maybe 50 or 60 different words, skills that I have, things about me that I can refer back to and remind myself of what I'm capable of and why I was put here on this earth. And each of you guys could do this in your own special little way.
I love that. Great tip, because then also that if somebody sees that someone's got discipline, another team member can say, so what discipline do you have and how do you do it? So you can learn the qualities from each other. It's fabulous.
Help each other and learn from each other.
Absolutely. And just one little thing on that list that you've got, Sam, which I highly recommend people have for themselves, as we've just shown. What comes after the words I am is how you identify yourself. And I want you to know that your business is not you. It's a vehicle for you to create something bigger, right? For something that's important to you. And if you haven't found your purpose yet, if your purpose is like to make money to pay the sports bills or to, get the groceries or something, that's not your purpose.
No, definitely.
What comes after I am is incredibly powerful. So if I am a consultant, no, you're not. You're so much more than that. You're a good person with a good heart, with a good product that wants to make a difference to some people and a whole lot of other things. But there's a real interesting comment about what comes after the words I am. Perhaps that's another day. So.
I reckon I love this. And, I said this before, Bev, we could talk for hours. I know we don't have that. We're going to wrap up now today. But if you guys loved hearing from Bev again today and you found this helpful, then flick us a message and, and we can connect you with Bev. We might even get her back again later on down the track. It's been really awesome having you again, Bev, and you're a wealth of knowledge. And certainly if you're looking for some support in your business, Bev is a leader coach, and that's, she's amazing at what she does. So if you want to know a little bit more about Bev and how you can get in touch, we'll put the links to her information in the show notes as we did last time. If you didn't hear our last interview with Bev too, go back and listen to that podcast episode. It was a really great episode where we talked a lot more about that neuro-linguistic programming and how to change your thought process and your thinking, which I think again is very relevant right now. But thank you so much for joining us again today, Bev. It's been such a pleasure having you.
Oh, that's wonderful, Sam. Can I just give a little tip for anyone going to my website?
Yes.
Under Work With Me, there's a little, if you find the tab that says Work With Me, click on that, and there's a space called DSA Consultants, because my clients, my experience and background in direct selling is huge, like a couple of decades there. But my clients are not just direct selling. So I have a special tab for direct selling. It's Work With Me. Look at DSA Consultants. Click on that. If you're a leader, watch the leaders webinar. If you're a consultant, watch that. They're two very different conversations. And if you're fascinated with thinking, then I have a free 40-minute session. It's on the front page. It's called Mindovation. Click through and register for that. And that will educate you and teach you with a wealth of knowledge about your thinking and your mindset and your motivation. So please take advantage of that. And if you happen to be a leader of a team, I do have 3 vacancies at the moment for my mentoring program. So you're very welcome to have a chat, and let's find out if we're a great fit together. I don't work with everybody, and I'll tell you if I can't help you, and I'll tell you if I can. So.
That's great. We've talked about this before. You do a lot of turning down of people to make sure that you're getting the right people on board that are really ready for that growth. And that's another whole process I think I want to talk to everybody about at a later stage, because I think that's important in any business. But for right now, thank you so much, Bev. I do recommend that everyone checks out those resources. They're free resources and very, very useful to be learning at this time while we can. We've always got to be learning and gathering knowledge. And that's why you guys listen to this podcast. But if you're interested, if you feel like, you know what, I think I can connect with Bev and I can learn more from her, then definitely check those things out. So thanks again, Bev.
Thanks, Sam. Lovely to see you. And thank you for inviting me back with your people who follow you again. Good
Such a pleasure. It's awesome to have you here. Well, thanks again, Bev. We're going to wrap up with today, guys. So thanks for joining us again on the Direct Selling Accelerator podcast. Make sure you check out the show notes. And if you were listening to this but not watching the video, jump back and watch the video so you can see Bev's little demonstration as well. It's a great little exercise to do with your teams, or to go away and just spend a few quiet minutes and do by yourself. And I really loved Bev's recommendation to go away and complete a task. This is definitely something I've used personally a lot over the last few months. And, it's as simple as clean out the Tupperware cupboard. Feel a little bit better about accomplishing something. And you will be surprised at just how good that makes you feel, even if it's going for a walk and knowing you've done it. So guys, get out there, do something, comment back on our Facebook page. Let us know how you found this episode and what you went out and did and how it's helped you. But guys, have an amazing week. Really great again to chat with you all on today's episode. God bless, and we'll see you again next week. Bye for now, everybody.